Happy Friday, folks, and welcome back to the random video blog where every single Friday I, Graham G.S. Matthews, run down my rambling wrestling thoughts, share a few stories, etc., etc. And with today being June 2nd, my birthday, as well as AJ Styles, first and foremost, thank you for the birthday wishes, by the way. I thought it would be only fitting for today's topic to be my top 5 favorite AJ Styles matches in the WWE. I did a similar list for my website, nextairwrestling.net. The link is down below in the description box. Right after AJ Styles arrived in WWE, talking about my favorite AJ Styles matches from the indie scene, from Japan, Wrestle Kingdom. The match with Nakamura was fucking amazing. From Ring of Honor, from TNA. So check out that list if you type in top 7, GSM's top 7 favorite AJ Styles matches. I'm sure it'll come up in the search bar. But that was, like I said, right after he came into WWE. And in the past 14, 15, 16 months since he arrived at WWE, since he debuted in the company, he's had, obviously, a lot of instant classics on both Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-view. Just a lot of amazing matches with a lot of great opponents. So I figured today's topic would be, again, my top 5 favorite AJ Styles matches in WWE, repping the phenomenal one right here with the t-shirt. Let's get started here. These matches could have taken place on TV, on pay-per-view. Most are pay-per-view, but we're going to start with one TV match from February 11th, 2016, that episode of SmackDown before they went live that summer. AJ Styles against Chris Jericho. Now, when AJ arrived in WWE, one of the first few people he mixed it up in the ring with was Chris Jericho in the Royal Rumble match for 2016. The next night, debuting on Raw, beating Chris Jericho in what was a very good match, going at it again on this episode of SmackDown. And this was even when in my opinion anyway, when SmackDown was still quite good. Not when it was still quite good, but you know what I mean, like before it got good that summer with the brand split. SmackDown was really coming into its own. It's its own great wrestling show compared to Raw. Even early on in 2016, before the brand split came into play that summer. Him and Jericho having an awesome rematch. I mean, they had a lot of great matches. I enjoyed them all. The one on Raw, this episode of SmackDown was probably my favorite, but they had 2 more at Fastlane, which was great, and also the WrestleMania match, which I thought was underrated. But if I had to pick my favorite of those 4, it would be this one from SmackDown. A lot of great back and forth action. AJ looked great here. Jericho looked awesome. For all the talk that, Jericho can't have a great match at fucking 40-something years old. Well, he did here, and he has had a bunch in the past year since he came back to WWE, and then subsequently left just recently. But prior to that point, Jericho had a lot of awesome matches, this one included. And in the end, Jericho winning clean, AJ's first pinfall loss in WWE in a singles one-on-one match, which was shocking, but it didn't bury AJ Styles. They were telling a story. They were 1 win apiece, building to that, as they had said earlier, that rubber match at the Fastlane pay-per-view that same month. So great match. Check it out. All these matches are on the network, but even the episodes of SmackDown and Raw and shit are also on the network. Coming in at number 4, part because I was there's going to be a couple matches on this list that I wasn't in attendance for, so again, I'm biased. But I'm sure you would include it on your list as well. AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon from WrestleMania 33. I will admit, I got to give credit to RJ and a few other people that thought this match would be the show stealer of the show of WrestleMania 33. And I think at the end of the day, it probably was. I mean, there were a lot of good matches at WrestleMania, a lot of very good matches. But I can't say there was any one match that was better than this one, opening the show on a hot note, which I think was the best place for this match, was the opening slot for AJ and Shane. All the talk about, AJ should have main evented, which is true. But if he wasn't going to main event, the next best place to be is the opening slot. Him and Shane fucking ripped it up. Shane, you got to give credit to Shane, too, for going in there and having a great match. After the very lackluster match he had at WrestleMania the year prior with The Undertaker, really going in there, having a strong showing against AJ, going all out with the flying dives and the coast-to-coast, getting the chair shots in there, the garbage can shots, and it wasn't a no DQ match. It was a standard singles match. Again, the crowd was into this. They loved it. AJ picking up the win, his first ever WrestleMania victory. Again, being there, loved the match. Definitely the best match of the night. Probably my favorite as well. These 2 working very well together, kind of kicking off the subtle face turn for AJ Styles on SmackDown Live. Coming in at number 3 here is AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose from the TLC 2016 pay-per-view. Now, again, AJ and Dean had a lot of good matches, a lot of very good matches, including at Backlash. They had a great triple threat, him and John Cena and Styles, at the October pay-per-view and No Mercy. They had a couple good matches on SmackDown Live, but in my opinion, AJ and Dean did not have a better match than they did at TLC. Specifically, the TLC match for the WWE Championship. Dean has gotten a lot of flack over the years for not being a great wrestler, which might be true, but went in there with an awesome opponent like AJ Styles. Those two had just very good chemistry together. Really the cornerstones of the Blue brand before the Superstar shakeup last month, or 2 months ago at this point, I guess. But again, AJ prior to this point in WWE had never been in a ladder match, with the exception of the fucking stupid ladder match on SmackDown Live with fucking James Ellsworth. That aside, AJ, what I can say for sure is that AJ had never been in a TLC match in WWE prior to this point. So he went in there, really just went all out. Like I said with the Shane match, he went all out. Dean had a very good showing here. The 450 through the table was one of the coolest fucking spots I had seen all year. And then climbing the ladder and going all out. Just, it was so cool. It was very cool. And then Dean Ambrose with the flying elbow off the top of the ladder through the commentary table at ringside. A lot of sweet spots in this match. Obviously, the finish kind of tainted the match just a little bit, with James Ellsworth getting involved, costing Ambrose the match. But it was what it was. They were telling a fucking story. They had to get Ellsworth involved somehow, so whatever. They got that out of the way as soon as possible. Ambrose, or rather Styles, did get hurt in this match. Temporarily, he was back in action by the end of 2016, so it wasn't a major injury, thank God, because the guy is the MVP of 2016 and really WWE right now, in my opinion. But AJ Styles retains the WWE Championship in his first TLC match in WWE. Coming in at number 2 from Extreme Rules last year. We're coming on Extreme Rules this Sunday for 2017. I was at Extreme Rules last year, 1 year ago, with RJ and his girlfriend Molly. It was the AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship that stole the show. I mean, it was an equally excellent Fatal 4-Way match earlier on in the evening between Miz, Cesaro, Owens, and Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship, but this is my favorite AJ Styles matches we're talking here, so I can't include that. AJ was not involved in that bout, obviously. But he was in this one. The main event for the show, these guys, again, going all around the arena, just showing awesome chemistry. Despite what you think about Roman Reigns, his character does suck, I will give you that much. But the guy's a great wrestler. I know there were people in the crowd in this specific show giving him shit, saying, you can't wrestle, you still can't wrestle, which I may or may not have contributed to, but at the end of the day, people are just having fun. I can tell you right now, the guy is a very good performer. Again, I'll say performer. I'll say the same thing about John Cena. I can't count on Roman to have a great technical wrestling match, but in terms of going out there and having an awesome performance, Roman Reigns can be counted on for that, for a quality performance, and he had one right here with AJ Styles. The two had a very good match at Payback. I thought the fucking DQ finish, the countout, the interference, all that shit, it was compelling to an extent, but it kind of felt overbooked and watered down. This was the match I really wanted to see. I talked all about the match in the pay-per-view on Tuesday's Wrestle Rant show, so check it out when you can, from this past week. You had the interference from the Usos, from Carl Anderson, from Luke Gallows, the chair shots, the Usos from AJ just going all... This was before he turned heel, too. Just beating the shit out of the Usos. And then Roman comes out and with a spear, 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Which was ridiculous. But then Seth came back. That kind of made up for AJ losing here. You knew he wasn't going to win, but he made you believe at certain points. And again, when they beat each other up all around ringside at the fucking kickoff show set, which was great. AJ took a hell of a beating in this match. Really earned his money. Really earned his paycheck in this contest. And again, Roman Reigns emerging victorious. Still the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, but an amazing match, nevertheless, that obviously boosted up here in the list just because I was there. And another match I was there for, again, 3 of the 5 matches on this list I was in attendance for, but how can I not include this at number 1? AJ Styles versus John Cena from SummerSlam 2016. For myself and many other people, with AJ being one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, currently in WWE, but not only that, just ever, including WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, whatever, that AJ Styles versus John Cena was such an anticipated program. I mean, needless to say, that the thought of them ever having a match on a WWE pay-per-view, really at all, was unfathomable. So when it happened to Money in the Bank, it was incredible. They had an awesome match there. But I thought the rematch was better. Part of the Money in the Bank, part of the reason why I love this feud so much, I know I talked about it like a couple months ago, my favorite feuds. This might have been number 1. I mean, again, I can't really say... I can't say wholeheartedly. I'd have to go back and watch it. My thoughts might have changed since then. It's only been a couple months, I know. But again, the storytelling in this program was so great. AJ turned heel on John Cena because he felt that he was being not getting his opportunities. He was being overlooked, losing to Roman Reigns, all this other stuff. He was fed up and losing, so he turned on John Cena. Okay. He beats John Cena in their initial encounter at Money in the Bank with the help of the club. So then the thought is, can AJ actually beat John Cena without the help of the club? And I thought he couldn't. I thought Cena would win at SummerSlam, whatever. I was bracing for the worst. It's happened before. It's going to happen again. But staying true to the SummerSlam curse, John Cena lost. Not only did he lose in this match, though, he lost clean, which shocked the hell out of me. Just a phenomenal match, no pun intended. A lot of back and forth action. The crowd was so red fucking hot for this. Definitely one of the best matches I've ever been in attendance for. I mean, obviously, like I said, but in terms of crowd atmosphere, it was fucking amazing. Just fantastic in terms of people going for John Cena. There were John Cena fans, surprisingly enough, but the crowd was split. It was more 80-20 style Cena, but still, there were Cena fans in the crowd that night saying Cena sucks, and they applauded him afterwards for such a great effort. Really, this was just phenomenal. Just absolutely exceptional. And then AJ winning clean was obviously the cherry on top that boosted him right to the WWE Championship win the next month at Backlash. That really, in my opinion, cemented AJ as a star in WWE, and he's been the MVP of the company ever since. So once again, my top 5 favorite AJ Styles matches in WWE to date include number 5 versus Chris Jericho on the February 11th episode of SmackDown from 2016. Number 4, AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon from WrestleMania 33. Number 3, AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose from TLC 2016. Number 2, AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns from Extreme Rules 2016. And number 1, AJ Styles versus John Cena from SummerSlam 2016. So check out all of these matches and much more on the WWE Network, including honorable mentions here. I'm trying to think of good, like the triple threat he had on that final episode of SmackDown last year was fucking great too. Him, Ziggler, and Corbin. That's an honorable mention. The Survivor Series match, Raw versus SmackDown at Survivor Series, of course. Him and James Ellsworth. No, I'm just kidding. Other matches he's had, like him and Kevin Owens had a couple good matches. The one at Backlash was great. The 2 they had on Raw and SmackDown, and they had, I think, 2 on Raw and then 1 on SmackDown in 2016. They were all amazing. Kevin Owens has won every time. AJ won the most recent encounter by countout, but still, that was a great match too. A lot of good AJ matches, so check them all out on the WWE Network, and I'll be talking about much more about WWE and what forth, and so forth, right here on the video blog going forward in future weeks. What we're talking about next week, I have no idea, so stay tuned here to the channel by liking this video, dropping a comment, sharing the video, and most importantly, subscribing to the channel for daily content. So once again, guys, I appreciate the birthday wishes. I am truly, birthday wishes. I'm truly honored and privileged to share a birthday with AJ Styles. When I met him, another video blog I did about 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago, so check that out too. When I met him about a year and a half ago at an indie event, or I talked about it a year and a half ago. I met him about 3 years ago at an indie show, right before, he was in Ring of Honor at that point. It was right after he went to Ring of Honor, like in late 2014. I told him about the birthday thing. He appreciated it. We had a cool couple words exchange, and that was cool. Velvet Sky was there too, and she also has a June 2nd birthday. Velvet Sky, AJ Styles, and Lex Luger. Not bad company to be in for a June 2nd birthday. So there's a lot of birthdays going on right now, by the way. So if your birthday is anytime soon, happy birthday, whether it was prior to today, after today, what might it be? Happy birthday. We'll see about birthday plans. There may or may not be a show going on tomorrow that I'll be in attendance for, the house show here in Connecticut. If I can't go, I can't go. No hard feelings. I will hopefully be at Northeast Wrestling next Saturday on the 9th, or no, next Friday the 9th, to meet a whole bunch of people that I can't wait to be in attendance for again. Hopefully I will be able to go, but I'm rambling here, guys. Enjoy Extreme Rules on Sunday. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll catch your ass down the road.